How to talk to your child about smoking and vaping.
While most parents expect their children not to smoke or vape, studies show that you need to make that expectation clear. Despite what your child says or does, you have a lot of influence on their decisions. If you feel overwhelmed about how and when to speak to your child about tobacco products, you're not alone. To make it easier, research suggests to break the conversation into 4 key points to cover: what you expect, why it's important, how to refuse, and the consequences if they do it. In this video, we're going to show examples of what to say that has worked for other parents.
Be clear about what you expect. While it's helpful to start the conversation with questions and listen to your child's thoughts, at some point you need to be direct with them. Listen to these actual parent statements to find something that suits your family best.
We don't want you to use tobacco or e-cigarettes.
We disapprove of teens vaping.
I'm proud of you for not using e-cigarettes.
It's legal for adults to use tobacco products, but not legal for you. Nobody under age 21 in our family should smoke or vape. It's easy to say, don't do it because it's bad for you. But that's not as effective as explaining the reasons why it's important that they don't use tobacco and vaping products. When you do, remember that young people don't think much about long-term health consequences of tobacco, like cancer or heart attacks. Instead, focus the conversation on immediate social consequences, such as getting in trouble, being removed from extracurriculars, or even losing friends. Listen to some real parent examples to help you figure out how to stress the importance of avoiding tobacco products.
Nicotine damages your brain. It can make you moody, anxious, and emotional around your friends and in school. Once you start, it's very hard to stop.
Think about what could happen if you got caught vaping at school. You get in big trouble, like detention, getting kicked off the team, or out of your club.
Science shows that there are a lot of bad things that come from using e-cigarettes, like lung injury, addiction, brain changes, and more. That's a big deal.
Using e-cigarettes is illegal for someone your age. Every time a person under 21 chooses to use e-cigarettes, they're breaking the law and risking their future.
Your child may be invited to smoke or vape one day, and they need to know how to respond. Teach them how to respond with some refusal skills and exit strategies. It might even be a fun activity to practice with them.
If anyone is pushing you to do anything you don't want to, just call. I'll pick you up, no questions asked. Better safe than sorry.
If someone offers you an e-cigarette, say something like this: "No way, Coach would be really mad if I got caught vaping. I'm not getting in trouble just for that. I can't afford to get addicted to that junk. That stuff is really bad for you. No thanks."
It's important to let your child know that there are consequences if they choose to vape or smoke. A small consequence will usually get the message across, whereas severe consequences may have the opposite of the intended effect.
Here are some consequences that parents have used.
Loss of phone privileges for 1 week.
Loss of 1 month of allowance.
Limitations on social activities for 2 weeks.
Writing a report to the parent about the dangers of e-cigarettes.
If you find out that your child has experimented with vaping, it's natural to feel upset. You may need to take a few minutes to gather your thoughts before talking with your child. Remember to convey that you love them, but disapprove of the behavior. Remind them about the family rules about tobacco and be clear about the consequences. Be consistent with the consequence that you decided on.
If your child is caught vaping multiple times, it may be time to treat an addiction rather than a behavior. To help your child quit vaping, have them go to truthinitiative.org/thisisquitting or text Ditch Jewel to 88709.
Each family's conversation will look different, but the 4 key points, what, why, how, and if, are helpful tools that can guide your discussion. Some parents choose to practice this conversation with a friend or partner before talking to their children. This can be a helpful strategy to be sure you're ready for tough questions and can clearly communicate your 4 key points. Learn more at www.catchmybreath.org.